All right, here's a 5-minute video on how to use AI to start e-scouting for a unit. Unit 13 is not the one I want to do. Let's do something with more public land, maybe 50% or more public land. All right, 22. Let's do that. Public land, 70% unit public land, OTC archery. Non-residents will need to apply, but it's probably 0 points since it just became OTC. All right, let's go to Unit 22. All right, what parts of Unit 22 should I avoid based on online forums that are really high pressure? And then what's a good starting point? All right, here we go. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, high pressure zones along county roads near drilling and oil gas operations. Okay, that makes sense. Population Mike, Aspen Grove near Pitts. I don't even know how to read that. Creek. Starting points: Hatch and Lee Gulches, Square S Grove, and Story Gulch Road. High elevations away from roads. Let's try it. Let's check out Unit 22. That's over by Grand Junction, kind of. That's down here. All right, Unit 22. This is a weird one because it has like strips of private and strips of public. Deep canyons. So I've actually hunted 31, so I have an idea of where to look in here first. So these units, you got to find water. And even if you have to find areas where there's like ag or grass down in the bottoms, it's fine because they'll feed down into that and then they'll bed high into the pinyon junipers. So let's find somewhere with those characteristics with a little bit more cover and some north-facing slopes. So I like this because it kind of turns. There's a lot of hiking trails in there. Let's skip it. Let's move on. Where else are we going to go here? All right, there's some water in here. I know there's going to be water down by the ag. There's a state wildlife area. That could be good. All right, here we go. This is starting to look more like a walk. There's definitely some terrain in here. Okay. Let's try what did that say? Hatch and Lee Gulch. Let's try Hatch Gulch. Right, that's right there. Okay, it put it right on the ag fields. That makes sense. So let's go to those ag, and then let's find places with actual bedding cover, because I'm not seeing any right now. Maybe right up there. So that's the gulch. I'm not seeing anywhere with any significant bedding cover, which they're going to need. I kind of like this. It kind of looks nice. So if we know there's elk going to be down in the gulches, you could actually take that road and then sit up here in glass. I feel like they're gonna bed on these north faces. Let's move on. Find something a little better. Ooh, that doesn't look too bad. So you got ag, you got water, and then you got a nice north-facing slope with some cuts where they can get away from pressure, kind of hide out in there. There we go. There's where I'm going to start. I like that. Let's go with that. Put my point of interest pin on there. Zoom out. And look at that. There's access right above it.